Many of you will soon enter the outside world and be somewhat taken aback. It will be far less efficient, far less fair, far less productive, and far more political than what you may have imagined it to be. There will be pessimism and cynicism everywhere. It is easy to succumb to this, to become cynical or negative yourself. If you do, you with the potential that you have, it would be a loss for yourself and for humanity. Start every morning with a smile, even a forced one. It will make you happier. Replace the words I have to with I get to in your vocabulary. Smile with your mouth, your eyes, your ears, your face, your body at every little thing you see. Be a source of energy and optimism. Surround yourself with people that make you better. View stressful political interactions as nothing more than a deeply immersive strategy game. One that can be won if you stay focused on what matters most and your emotions and ego are not tied to your argument. If you find yourself arguing with someone whom you respect and love, try to surrender your own ego to the shared identity you have with that person. In the heat of an argument, do the opposite of what your pride tells you to do. If you have the self control, stop talking and give your opponent a random, intense, minute long hug. Make people feel that you care about them. And here's a little secret. The best way to do this is to actually care about them. Make people feel that you are listening to them. The best way to do this is to actually listen. When you gain or lose material things, remember how silly they really are. How little they mean relative to your health and relationships. When you feel stressed, look up at the night sky and ponder the distance to the next star and the age of the universe. Think of all the other stressed sentient creatures from other star systems and galaxies looking out in the vastness of space in wonder and awe, and take comfort in your shared experience. When you feel overwhelmed, walk alone through the woods and forget your name, your title, your education, and view yourself for what you really are. Another mammal, wondering why it is here but appreciating the fact that your civilization has not as yet been evaporated by a supernova. Try to build true empathy. Regardless of your actual spiritual beliefs, it is sometimes helpful to imagine that time is not linear, that in past or future, or I guess parallel life, you literally are, have been, or will be every person. That after this life, you will go back in time and be reincarnated as the person you are arguing it, or passing judgment on. Remember that real success is maximizing your internally derived happiness. It will not come from external status or money or praise. It will come from a feeling of contribution, a feeling that you are using your gifts in the best way possible. Also remember that whom you choose as a life partner is a far more important decision than what career you choose to pursue. If you are lucky enough to have a true equal, someone who fills you with joy and emotional contentment, with whom you have deep shared values, who respects you and loves you for your innate you-ness, no superficial external failure or conflict can faze you. But keep in mind that if you care about someone, but not enough to commit to them, the most selfish thing you can do is not let them move on. Money is important for the basic necessities and even luxuries of life. All of you will be able to buy expensive fruit and go to SeaWorld whenever you want to. Beyond that, and many of you will go far beyond that, money is a command over resources, including people, and should be viewed as a serious responsibility. Like money, Status can be a powerful tool, but they can both distort your reality away from true internal groundedness. If you ever feel inspired, take action with it. Don't let anyone tell you why you shouldn't. At least lace up and give it a try. On a similar vein, pride or fear should never be the reason why you close your mind to opportunity. We're at a unique point in history. For what once required many people spending many years and many millions can now be done by a small group of inspired people from a dorm room. Ideas can be proven before they need to be committed to. The revolutions of our generation, in business, education, social structure, and even politics, are not being catalyzed by generals or politicians, but by highly empowered individuals, the wizards of our time, so speak, who can see with clarity how the assumptions of previous generations no longer apply. And the revolutions often grow out of nothing more than an intense hobby, an inspired attempt of seeing if things can be rethought a little better. Go forth with your careers, but leave space for your passions. Remember that you are much, much more than a title or a bank account. You are dancers and poets, inventors and athletes, musicians and innovators. If you give your passions room to breathe, you might find that is all they need to help you move the dial forward for everyone. Imagine yourself in 50 years. You're in your early 70s, near the end of your career. You're sitting on your couch, having just watched the State of the Union holographic address by a president. You begin to ponder your life, the career successes, how you've been able to provide for your family. You'll think of all the great moments with your family and friends. But then you start to think about all of the things you wished you had done just a little differently, your regrets. I can guess at what they might be. Sitting in 2062, you wish that you had spent more time with your children, that you had told your spouse how much you loved them more frequently, that you could have even one more chance to hug your parents and tell them how much you appreciate them before they passed, that you could have smiled more, laughed more, danced more, and created more. That you better use the gifts you were given to empower others and make the world better. Just as you are thinking this, a genie appears from nowhere and says, I have been eavesdropping on your regrets. They are valid ones. I can tell you are a good person, so I am willing to give you a second chance if you really want one. You say, sure, and the genie snaps his fingers. All of a sudden, you find yourself right here where you are sitting today. You are in your shockingly fit and pain-free 20-something body and begin to realize that it has really happened. You really do have the chance to do it over again, to have the same career successes and deep relationships. But now you can optimize. You can laugh more, dance more, and love more. Your parents are here again, so it is your chance to love them like you wished you had done for the first time. You can be the source of positivity that you wish you had been in the first time around. So now I am here, excited by what you, the young wizards of our time, will do with your second chance.